Hey guys, so this was a busy weekend and I got to see two movies. My second movie was The Death of Robin Hood featuring Hugh Jackman, and spoiler alert, just so you know, it is nothing like anything you've ever seen about Robin Hood before. The plot is about an older Robin who's dealing with guilt and regret for his past life. It's a much darker version of the legend, and it reimagines Robin Hood as a flawed and troubled man rather than the traditional hero robbing the rich to save the poor, which we have all grown up with, and that's the one we know. But now, even the poster, you'll see he's no hero, which is basically the plot of the movie. So please forget all the others you have seen, because this one is just an absolutely new take on the whole idea. So as I said, Hugh Jackman plays our lead, and then there's also Bill Skarsgard, who plays Little John, who we all know is Robin Hood's basically right hand man, but this is a much darker take on the character. If you're like me, I always associate Little John as the humorous sidekick, but in this movie they've completely changed that idea. There's also Judy Comer, who plays basically Hugh Jackman's nurse, who brings him back to good health after a very bad injury. And then it was actually written and directed by Michael Sarnowski, if you know the movie Pig. So this is his reimagining of the Robin Hood story. Now the film is actually R-rated. The first 20 minutes are absolutely brutal. If you have any bit of a weak stomach, I am warning you, the first 20 minutes, just brace yourself for it. It's bloody violent, and there is a lot, some of the injuries and all that. I won't say much, but just be warned, okay? So you know as well, just a bit of background, it was filmed in Northern Ireland, so a lot of the scenes are absolutely stunning in contrast to the violence and the grim nature of the story, and it actually makes it more medieval atmosphere that the story comes from. A big thing about this movie is that it focuses on redemption and basically what happens when the legends and the stories start fading. Rather than the classic adventure that we grew up with and that we're used to, it's actually a character study about morality and regret, and whether Robin Hood can find peace before the end of his life. Now, just so you know, if you're anything like me, I always look for like Easter eggs and little things in movies. So a lot of this movie is actually, there's a lot of references to the old original Robin Hood ballads, which I love because I love history. So it's based on the centuries old ballad, which is called Robin Hood's Death, and it's one of the oldest surviving Robin Hood stories. Several character names, locations and visual motifs from the story have been pulled into this movie. And then one recurring theme is the gap between the stories that people are telling about Robin Hood, but what actually happened. So maybe we start learning that not everything is true about what we used to know about Robin Hood. This mirrors how Robin Hood's legend has changed over the centuries, and that countless versions changing details of his character and his adventures. And the movie actually refers to this throughout the story. Now, I personally, I loved it. As usual, Hugh Jackman is just hits the nail on the head. If you've seen him in The Showman and Prisoners, he gives it everything he's got, and the supporting cast are absolutely brilliant as well. Everything is really good about this movie. Just the one thing I didn't like is just the difference between the first 20 minutes are so violent, and then it seems to just slow down absolutely dramatically. It's a bit confusing, but if you bear with it, it really is worth it to the end. So please bear with it, because I know there has been a lot of complaints so far from the opening weekend that it's very slow moving, which is unfortunate because it is a very good movie. So far, Rotten Tomatoes has given it 71%. Now, it's not as good as other movies Hugh Jackman has been in so far, but I think it's going to pick up. They're saying that his performance is absolutely brilliant, and that the movie itself, the atmosphere and the themes that it expresses are really genuinely good. The director, Michael Sarnowski, is actually being praised for how he's interpreted the story and reimagined the character. I hope you go and see it. I was a bit skeptical at first because, like everyone else, I've grown up with Robin Hood Men in Tights, Robin Hood the Disney animated, and that's a Russell Crowe's version, obviously a couple of years ago as well. And they're the Robin Hood I know. So to watch this, it was very jarring, but it makes sense. It's brilliant. It's really focuses on what happens when the legends stop. And I think the director and Hugh Jackman and all the co-stars, they did a really good job. I hope you like it. So enjoy.